Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I have black hair. It was a series of unfortunate events. I'm going to put some pictures on the screen if you want to see and have a good chuckle at what happens when you're cheap at home, but also completely okay if you end up bald. Luckily, I'm not. I still have a full head of hair. I don't recommend processing your hair 4 or 5 times, at least 4 times in a 72-hour period, unless you're completely desperate and won't leave the house looking like the heat miser. Like me, I am that vain. I wouldn't even go to the gym, not even with a hat, nothing. I would rather go bald. But this video isn't about that, but it is about something hair care adjacent. So if you are familiar with the Monat, which I talked about her in a couple of my previous videos, she was one of the people fired from Monat, which is a hair care MLM. And last time we heard from her, she was saying that she's going to be taking a social media break. And a lot of times I feel like when people say that, ends up not being true. Like the break doesn't really last as much as you think it would. Today, I'm going to be sipping on some focus tea. I don't know, something about blackberries. And I just got blackberries from the store. Am I entering a completely new section of my life? I texted my best friend that I'm no longer an angel of light. I am an angel of darkness now, and I will be acting accordingly. And snacking on, so, oh, is that does she have a plastic bowl? Don't tell the crunchies, but it's Magic Spoon cereal because it's protein in it, and I'm in the gym. Okay, I'm in there. Obviously, that break was never gonna last, and I think in the back of her head, maybe we all knew that. Anyways, she has a little update for us, and that's why I'm making this video. So the saga of the MLM exodus continues, and it continues with the money, which I believe this is a screenshot from an email, because similar to when I was in itworks, you get an email every time you get an enrollment of any kind. You've been assigned a new market partner, which is what they call their reps for Monat. Dear blank, thank you for choosing Monat. This message is a confirmation of recent changes to your account. Your current market partner is no longer active as of May 17th, 2024. Yesterday, when I'm filming this, blank will be your new market partner and will be able to assist you should you have any questions regarding Monat products or your orders. So I'm assuming by the caption she has under it that she's saying that this is from someone in her downline, because the Monat witch was fired. So one of her downlines sent the screenshot of this email. And it seems like from reading this that this person was assigned by Monat to a new upline, which is interesting. And typically I feel like with MLMs, it just rolls up to whoever their upline is. That I wonder if that happened there, if they just got thrown to some random active rep. If you were under me in Monat, you're not anymore. All my VIPs and MPs def cancel your account. You'll find out why soon enough. Now that, I don't even know why a lot of these top reps who got fired from Monat are saying the things they are. I think it's crazy, and I think it's a bit of a rash, probably emotional decision, because your emotions do get tied to your business situation, your business in MLMs. So I'm not saying that to be demeaning towards her because she's a woman or whatever. I'm saying that because that is what happens when you join an MLM. Your emotions are played on the entire time and after. Like I've been out since like 2020, I think, is when I quit. So that's 4 years right there, and I just got out of my bitter phase. So that's what a number MLM can work on you. And I say that because MLMs love lawsuits. They love cease and desist. They want to shut you up, especially when you leave an MLM and you have a big audience and a big influence. So you can influence people to come to a different MLM with you. Now, it doesn't seem like she's really going to be doing olive tree people if she's not going to be on social media, because how are you going to make that happen? You're not in 2024 anyways. I think it's a bit hasty, and I hope that she lawyers up, because MLMs, they need you to be quiet. That's how they function. That's how they keep it going, is by the people who leave being too embarrassed, too poor, too scared. They don't want to piss off their upline. They are banking on your silence. I literally took 5 minutes just to eat my protein cereal. It's actually really good, and I'm really happy that Magic Spoon doesn't have artificial dyes, so that's nice. It looks like this is a reply that she got from her story. Now, she did a live and it's gone. So I don't know what she said. This says, of course they make it hard to cancel. Searching in the website now and keep getting dead ends. And I think to like cancel their market partner account. So that's really shady that it's hard for them to cancel. I emailed the new market partner on my account. I'll see what they say. Call customer support and cancel and tell them why. So here's another reply that she got to her story, and it looks like maybe it was her live too, but it's cut off. I'm so sorry this happened to you. You're not crazy. I was around from when the main characters became directors, and I was heavily stacked under and super close to one of the SEDs who now can no longer maintain SED. She told me and 4 other friends everything about the leaders you know so well. Stacking, buying packs, signing up family members for ranks, etc. There was a time one of the 10 MDC members was kicked off an elite trip because of mass cheating. Please keep anonymous, but you're not crazy at all. If you know how many messages like this I get, is what the Monat Witch captioned this one. Oh my God, kicked off a trip. I wonder if that market partner who was there, who I guess was on an elite trip, but I wonder if that market partner was like kicked out once they got to the trip or before the trip even happened. Cheating as in what? What do we mean by that? Like as in like the stacking? Is that what they're talking about? Buying ranks or buying packs, I guess this person said. That's so crazy. Y'all, I really truly believed everything I had heard about network marketing wouldn't be true for me. But in the end, Monat became everything the anti-MLMers said it was. Yeah, if only I could tell you all the things I know. Well, she's telling us a lot. I understand not wanting to tell us everything. And I don't feel like I need to say it again, but I hope that if she's ready to be done with MLM, that it's for good. I hope that she doesn't feel sucked back in. I know that's something I struggled with for a long time, was still feeling like, even though I had the bad experience, even though I knew for a fact I knew better, they still play on your emotions. And there's always somebody out there doing MLM who can influence you more than maybe like Susie Homemaker trad wife. Okay, like there's always somebody out there for you because MLMs prey on anyone of any variety. I don't think it's fair to say I told you so, even though she is probably one of the most problematic people. To me, honestly, I would say worse than Jessie Lee Ward. May she rest in peace. I would say she's even more problematic. And I'm not going to get into that because it really upsets me. So there are other creators who you can look up who have done deep dives on her, and you can go watch them there. So was just in the chat support on Monat's website for an hour, but account is officially canceled. Oh my God. And so she put the number, the American numbers, so people can call and cancel. Like she really wants people to cancel. And part of me wonders, because of what's going on with Beautycounter, part of me wonders if it could be a situation where if the Monat Witch, if she knew there would be like a company shutdown coming, or they're turning off the MLM sphere, like what is going on here? Now, obviously, I don't know any of this for a fact. That is just my brain cooking, because we saw a big boom of MLM during the panini. And now that the panini is not in the forefront of everyone's minds and people have returned to their regular in-person jobs, that MLM is dwindling. So I'm kind of wondering if that's what could possibly be going on, because I don't think she would be making this big of a fuss about dyes. And there were a couple other things that she was talking about in one of my previous videos. You can go back and watch it. I will link it right up here. I don't think that she would be pushing for people to quit over just that. So there's got to be more, obviously. I think that then she's telling us. That's when I knew if I didn't get chosen, I was never going to make it. It was so discouraging. Oh, the chosen ones who knew what's going on at that company, but would rather deceive others, steal and cheat to keep their paychecks than could be honest and godly. Well, you can't expect honest and godly from an MLM, and let that be a lesson to the Monat Witch. I'm sorry, the Monat Christian now. Well, oh, the Olive Christian. Maybe that'll be a lesson to her. Now she knows that you can't expect any. I think what Christians think they're doing, like the values I think they believe and want to follow, they're not going to get that in an MLM. What you give is what you get. So I'm not worried, because I have operated 100% honestly and integrity from day one. That is a wild statement to make if you've seen the deep dives about this person. Steal and cheat, I know she's not going to get into it, but I kind of wish she would, because, like, specifically, what do you mean by that? Stealing and cheating in an MLM. Her next slide. I told y'all because I want you to know my story. Some of the messages I've gotten of people demanding I tell them everything I know is mind-blowing. First of all, I don't owe you anything, period. Period. I agree. I think that there is an element of owing your downline something, maybe, and maybe they'll reach out if they do feel like you owe them something, but maybe you shouldn't be talking to them right now because you got fired, and then you jumped to another MLM. So maybe it wouldn't be a good time to talk to them, but maybe you could make some sort of public statement when you're ready, if you feel like you do owe them something. Now, there's one thing I do agree, and I hate seeing people feel entitled to anyone on the internet, feeling entitled to their personal lives, and we're not entitled to the legalities of, well, it sounds like there could be some legalities that she's holding back. Now, we're not entitled to that, obviously, or like her knowledge there, and I do agree with that. And I would also love to see her get her kids off the internet. That would be awesome. Second, I've told you what I can tell you. Legally, I cannot tell you things that I have not experienced firsthand. Okay. Third, use your own discernment. 100%. But you know what? I don't think that everyone has the gift of discernment. I think women generally have it more than men. Typically, just in my experience, have the gift of discernment. It's just kind of like a built-in feature. But I think some people can use it for bad, mainly people in MLMs. And plus, that gets muddied when you get into an MLM. That's why I really harp on the manipulation on my channel. Because your discernment, you can't trust yourself anymore. I nor anyone else is responsible for telling you how to live your life. But she's been pushing, like in this saga that I'm reading that I found today, she's been pushing for people to cancel their account. That's what it seems like to me anyway. Be accountable for your own decisions, sis. I will just block the people who are off their rocker with their expectations of me because I've decided this app is going to be fun and healthy for me, the end. To me, it seems a little bit selfish because you were a leader. So I think there is an element of leadership that extends even when you quit. Not that you can be like talking to these people personally, especially not about the MLM. I get that. But to be an example, and I think maybe this isn't the greatest way to do it. Also, people from other companies trying to immediately sign me is a no. Just no. And that reminds me of something fun that happened in my unfortunate crunchy group that I'm in on Facebook. Now, I don't really consider myself crunchy, but I'm still in the crunchy group on Facebook. And this Facebook group, I'm not going to say which one, and I'm not going to show receipts because I think people in Facebook groups are like, well, a lot of times they have rules about screenshots and stuff, but I'll give you the gist of the situation. And I'll probably get kicked out anyway because I love letting the people know in that group that what these people are talking about is an MLM. A lot of times people are trying to sell their MLM stuff in that group. And now one of the admins, because admins previously or now or forever were in an MLM, and this person who's running the group has public profiles and stuff that they go by, like their little blog on Instagram. And this person made a post about what happened with the beauty counter reps. You know, now they don't have a home. They don't really have a company. And honestly, if I was in the company, I would not be sticking around because they broke all trust. They can't hold a date. Keep up with it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, see one of my last videos. I will link it here. I get so tired of hearing myself say that. But she was trying to, ironically enough, get people to go from beauty counter to crunchy. And I don't know if I've uploaded that video that I just did that was talking about crunchy before this one, or that's the next one you'll see. But that was funny timing, and I was not expecting it because usually I see things like the essential oil MLMs, not this crunchy one. And this one is I believe it's a newer MLM, and it is recently talked about in that group more. When she made that post, somebody commented how it compares to another company, and I said, this other company is not an MLM. And then the original poster got triggered, as MLMs do when they're being called out for what they are. If you're triggered by me calling it an MLM, you have a problem there. Like initially, right off the bat, you have a problem. You shouldn't get defensive the second someone calls it what it is. I didn't call it a pyramid scheme. I didn't use any hot button words. I said it's an MLM, or I said the other company isn't an MLM. And this person went on to say that there are bigger problems in the world than people knowing if it's an MLM or not. Of course, there are bigger problems in the world, but for a majority of people, what the are they going to do about those bigger problems? When I say manipulation, do you see what I'm saying? Somebody calls it what it is. I didn't go out here cussing. I didn't come out guns a-blazing in the comment section. I'm not a keyboard warrior in this group. And this person comes out and said, there are bigger problems in the world. Yes, and what are people going to do about those? And who's talking about that? Irrelevant deflection, which is a key manipulation tactic that you will see people in MLMs do all the fucking time. What are we going to do about the big problems in the world? Generally, honestly, I think almost nothing. What can we do in our communities and with the people we talk to day to day, or the people on our social media? A lot more than we can affect something as one person across the globe. Letting somebody know that one company is an MLM and you are poaching and that's problematic is an actionable idea for the regular Joe Schmo to do. And that way, the person who sees that can make a better educated decision if they want to support that company or not. Getting back to the olive witch. The olive Christian. Oh my God, it takes so much getting used to. Where did you move to? Not sharing this, as y'all know, I've dealt with stalkers for years. People are not mentally or emotionally well, and TBH, it only gets worse as the end times close in on us. Okay, yeah, that's typical. A lot of new Christians do get pretty overzealous there. Be careful out there. Be careful what you share as you share your children online. I guess we draw the line at where we've moved to, but yeah. Be careful who you trust. Even the Christians are something else these days. This is a reply that she got to one of her other slides that I already read. I do believe that the reason people are coming is because they truly trust you. The conditioning we have lived through, and also their freedom pitch that even I drank from their Kool-Aid, is a form of grief on so many levels. So I guess it's just a search of somewhat truth. Even though everything that is unfolding right in front of us, we have been conditioned to believe we are crazy for walking away from something that could have potentially set us and our families free, and then told to add our customers and business partners that we hold somewhat some accountability for. Stockholm Syndrome on so many levels. Oh, that's so, so true. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's Stockholm Syndrome. I think that's taking it a little bit far, but I do want to touch on something that this person used, the Kool-Aid reference, and I heard this in another podcast. I don't remember which one. It was in the middle of me becoming anti-MLM, that it is kind of offensive to the people who lost their lives in Joestown. So maybe just be aware of that going forward. What now for hair care? I'll be sharing what I'm using, but y'all, anyone who's promoting Monat, knowing the ingredients have changed, knowing the company has cut corners, it's wild. And they all know, because I was a leader in chats and discussions were silenced and shut down. They all know. I know women having hormonal, fertility, autoimmune issues, and leaders are telling them to continue using Monat, knowing the ingredients are not non-toxic. I had a leader in my inbox threatening me to leave her girls alone because I told a woman having fertility issues that I would not use Monat if I were her. The lack of integrity is beyond. Me, fertility. After 3 babies, all of a sudden, I have unexplained infertility as diagnosed by a doctor. Only thing I changed is exclusive use of Monat. Surprise, surprise, I actually have an update. I plan on posting this video tomorrow, which is Friday. So today is Thursday night, and I noticed on her page, she doesn't have any oliveda, olive tree people post up. No links in her bio, and I'm gonna include this clip where she calls out her maybe fellow oliveda reps, as well as showing you an example of who or what she might be alluding to.
Another thing I wanted to call out too is my forehead. Like, did I get Botox? No, I did not. But it looks like I did. It looks like when the Botox starts to kick in and you can kind of move.
You guys, I have to tell you something. Like, we have to have a real conversation. Let me get my coffee. These girls that are out here claiming that their forehead is not moving because of a serum. I bought that serum back in November, used it for the first time in October, been using it ever since. You guys, stop it. You have got to stop it. This is like one of the reasons that no one trusts network marketing companies is because y'all are out here, you're not even trying to move your forehead. Like, it's because they have 30-year-old skin, and like your hormones change a lot between, 38 and 40, and like I'm 40 and my skin is, I have 40-year-old skin. A serum is not going to freeze your forehead, you guys. I get it. It's good. It's better than, a lot of the stuff you buy in drugstores that are filled with water. I get it. But you guys, it doesn't freeze your forehead. Before and after. Ready? Here's the before. Okay, and here's the after. You guys, stop lying.
So what do you guys think? I think that was a lot of claims, a lot of things said, a lot of ends untied, a lot of tea left to be spilled. If you like this video, give it a little likesy poo. If you have commentary to share with the class, and I hope you do, leave that down below and make sure you are subscribed so you get to see all of my videos. I have a lot of new viewers on here, and welcome. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next one.